Afternoon to you and welcome to Radio Nigeria, South Zone News at 3. The headlines: Court in Port Harcourt dismisses application by FIRS over collection of value added tax. Academic identifies dialogue as vital for lasting peace in the Niger Delta. Ouster Group in Guinea orders mandatory meeting with cabinet. Today's commentary is on the role of the media in the fight against corruption. Details in a moment. Violence stalls a nation's development. Choose dialogue. My name is Rachel Onah with the news. Now the news in full. The Federal High Court sitting in Port Harcourt has dismissed the application brought before it by the Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS) asking for a stay of execution of judgment that had empowered the River State government as the sole collector of value-added tax (VAT) in the state. The FIRS had approached the court through a letter seeking a stay of any ruling on the application that they had brought before the court, arguing that the matter had been duly filed at the appellate court, but they did not attach the necessary nexuses and supporting documents to the letter. In his ruling, Justice Stephen Delop Pam said the court is empowered by the country's constitution to acknowledge all existing laws in the country. Hence, with the existing River State Government Value Added Tax VAT Law number 4 of 2021, the court is bound to recognize and respect it. Justice Dalop Pam also clarified that since there is no subsisting order that is debating full implementation of River State Government VAT, it has to be operational. He said FIRS was ab initio acting in error by collecting VAT in River State and has a huge burden of refund of those monies. There was need not to allow it incur further liability. Justice Delop Pam therefore declared that the FIRS application is refused and dismissed in the light of the fact that all subsisting laws concerning the collection of VAT stands in favor of River State government. Speaking on the implication of the ruling, the lead counsel of the legal team for River State government, Mark Ago, said River State government is still entitled to collect for VAT within the state. In his reaction, River State Commissioner for Finance, Isaac Kamalo, said the decision by the judge has confirmed the constitutional and legal position that River State has the authority to collect VAT. Lead counsel to Federal Inland Revenue Services (FIRS), Ruben Wanogo, disagreed with the ruling, saying necessary steps will be taken to challenge the ruling in the appellate court. He expressed the hope that the FIRS will secure judgment at the appeal court to correct the error of the Federal High Court. Meanwhile, River State Governor Nyesom Wike has directed the State's Revenue Service to ensure compliance to the judgment of a Federal High Court in Port Harcourt, which upheld the constitutional rights and authority of the state government to impose, collect, and utilize value-added tax (VAT) in their territorial jurisdiction. Governor Wike, in a statewide broadcast, condemned the action of the Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS) to stop the enforcement of the judgment after a Federal High Court in Port Harcourt dismissed the application by the service. Governor Wike warned that the state government will no longer tolerate any sabotage to stall the full implementation of the demolition of shanties. Governor Wike maintained that the stop is meant to ensure security of residents of the state and will not be intimidated by the campaign of calumny. Governor Wike urged residents of Port Harcourt to continue to adhere strictly to all COVID-19 protocols and, most importantly, take the vaccine. An academic, Professor Chris Onyama, says constant dialogue and addressing some of the injustices in the Niger Delta are crucial to achieving lasting peace in the region. He stated this while delivering the 6th inaugural lecture of the Federal University Otoke in Bayelsa State. Alan Bodatoye brings us the rest of the story.
Radio Nigeria.
In its bid to give back to the society, Friends of 1973-1979 set of Edopolo Grammar School have donated a full track of tables and chairs to their alma mater in Benin City. Correspondent Fortune Oyem reports that the gesture was born out of the need to give back to the institution that laid the foundation for their future. The Akwa Ibom State Environmental Protection and Waste Management Agency is set to inaugurate sanitation enforcement teams. The enforcement team shall include Special Sanitation Corps, Market Sanitation Corps, Cleanup Clubs in schools, Community Sanitation Corps, and AKSE Poor Enforcement Unit. Chairman of the agency, Prince Akwan Ikim, made the announcement at a media briefing at the Nigeria Union of Journalists Press Center. Reeling out the agency's achievements, Prince Ikim said that the agency had acquired the necessary equipment where over 30% of required tools, including tractors, backhoe, receptacles, payloaders, were acquired in the first phase. The agency had held meetings with the relevant professionals in attendance where a sustainable roadmap was established.